All right, everybody. It is 8 o'clock p.m. and y'all know what it's time for. It is time for Earl Grey Tuesday. Once again, it's that VINCE. What's going on, Lamar? Quick Pump. Constantine's in the house. Ryan, hey, what's up there? Sorry I was running a little bit late, folks. Had a little small emergency I had to take care of, which normally, it's something I would do in the afternoon, but guess what, folks? I actually work for a living there. Oh boy. I'm going to be honest with you, folks. I am super tired. I've adjusted to the hours and the schedules and stuff like that. Actually, it's a lot easier than my previous headache of a job in customer relations. But at the same time, I gotta remember all this medical terminology stuff. But it's coming back, folks. It's coming back. Eventually, I won't have to look at notes or anything. You have to understand there's a big difference between the medical industry and telecommunications. You mess up in any type of medical claims or anything like that, you could seriously fuck somebody up. Whereas a phone, well, maybe they get lost and don't find their way to Denny's or something. Did I have a steak today? No. That's another thing, folks. I've not eaten a steak in like 2 weeks. Because I only have a 30-minute lunch break, I try to eat very light, just like a little tiny sandwich or so forth. And then because if you eat a big meal when you're talking, you end up falling asleep. So I have that and some coffee. But let's see. What does the Home Business King think about this? Macy says it'll be closing 150 stores. I don't give a fuck about Macy's. Who here shops at Macy's? The Great One does not shop at Macy's, and I'm sure none of you people shop at Macy's. If they're trying to focus on luxury brands, it's a little bit too late now. I mean, it's just more stuff for people to steal, to be honest with you. You know. You actually like going to Macy's? Quick Pump, if I would recommend going to ordering from Saks instead. You can get a lot more discounts. That's if you're really into luxury goods. Now, the thing about it is, Macy's tries to be like Target and tries to be like Stacks at the same time. You can't have both, essentially. So, if Macy's is going to go high end, then it's going to be better to go to Saks anyway. I'm just going to be honest with you, folks, keeping it real and telling it to you like it is. But of course, tonight, this is the Q&A, so feel free to ask me any questions that you do have. Of course, tonight I have, naturally, the Perdomo Fresco. And I did have my Duncan Taylor, but I think I left it in the kitchen. But I'll get that in a minute. But of course, I got some nice, cool water. But folks, tell me in the background, what are you folks drinking and smoking? And while y'all are posting your comments in there, the Great One is going to go get his whiskey. You know what I mean? We can't have an Earl Grey Tuesday without whiskey. Although, the name of it is Earl Grey, so naturally I should be getting Earl Grey, to be honest with you. I don't know. Hang tight, folks. I will be right back. I got to get the whiskey. See how my night's going so far, folks? I mean, I'm just up there forgetting everything. I swear. And not only that, my deliveries are here late, so I have basically none of my diet Cokes or anything like that, or any of my other lunch food or anything. Lamar, you got to eat more than a protein Pop Tart, you know? Even if you have to eat a woman's Pop Tart out, you got to have something to eat. I mean, a woman's Pop Tart, there's no calories in that, you know? Just keeping it real and telling it to you like it is. Ryan, I can honestly say I have never bought one piece of merchandise ever from Macy's that I can recall. I've been in a Macy's, but I've never with friends. But I think I went in there with my friend Philip, but that was a very long time ago. But I've never been in any Macy's. I've never bought anything. I mean, not been in. I mean, I've never bought anything from Macy's whatsoever. I don't. I don't know why. You know. You're eating a big dinner? Well, eat that woman out while you at it. You know. I mean, that's a Pop Tart. You know. Oh boy, so nobody ain't drinking. I got some Duncan Taylor whiskey, Constantine. I would have a mixed drink, but all my mixed stuff has not been delivered yet by Sam's Club, so I'm still waiting on that. You're having vegan bacon burgers? Okay. I'd get the real bacon, but you do you, Lamar. I've had the Black Barrel Jameson. It's not too bad there. It's pretty decent hooch. Nobody drinking or smoking out here. Well, at the very least, if you're not going to do that, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe. If you would have put a donation you can in. Most importantly, be sure to thank Pugman. Oh, Pugman's always taking good care of me, you know, and stuff. So, along with everybody else that has supported this channel over time there, you know. Yes, I heard about McCuck wanting to box after he heals up. You know, nothing's going to happen, that guy. I can tell you right now. Absolutely, positively, nothing is going to happen. He's not going to do anything. Nothing. Drinking a Truly. Yep. Let's get a little music going before I light the cigar. Always got to have music, and just feel free to ask your questions. Now, of course, folks, I'm going to demonstrate again because some people want to know how I light my cigars. So, you always remember, folks, you got to toast your cigar. Keep it away from it and give it a nice little toast. Just to get that tobacco nice and smoky. Once you've done that, then you go and light it. Making sure that you rotate as well while you're lighting it. This ensures evenness, and it's less likely to drift along. How much the bottle of Duncan Taylor? Oh, this was the least expensive Duncan Taylor. It was like, I think $23. You want to see the Duncan Taylor bottle? Sure. See, I didn't want to go to we'll be right back. But this here is the bottle of the Duncan Taylor. But this is the least expensive one they actually have.
Vince, how's the workplace coffee compared to your home brew?
Oh, good question, Maroon Blue. Thanks again for the donation. I'm glad you asked that question. They have a coffee machine there, Maroon Blue, which may sound good to most people, but I tried that coffee machine one time. It's only 50 cents a cup, so I didn't really lose much money. The thing virtually tasted like dirty water. Coffee's horrible, so I've unfortunately had to drink instant coffee because they don't have any hot water where I work at. Some sort of eco-friendly. It's a very eco-friendly place. You can't find forks or knives or anything neither. And you can't bring in regular plastic cups.
Could you react to this?
Young nigga with a $3 donation. Yep, sure, I can do that in just a second here. But yeah, the place is super eco-friendly. Either that or cheap, you know. I don't know. They need to get rid of that coffee machine. But what I've been doing is I've just had to settle. I got those little Folgers instant coffee packs. I put 2 in my cup and I put some water in it, and then I have to heat it up in the microwave for 2 minutes. I mean, the hacks will die, but it's a decent cup of coffee here. You know. Let's see what kind of video you have here. Interesting. I don't know what this is.
Do you want to know the biggest privilege these guys got?
Got what?
They choose to stream 9 hours.
100%.
They literally can turn it off after 4. They can turn it off after 5. But because they want to make more money, they keep streaming. And then they want to get up here and then complain about how hard it is. You're literally choosing it. That's like you do it for money and then complaining it hurts. Today's topic, our favorite socialist is getting in trouble. Hamas Piker.
That's a good one.
That's the nickname people are giving him online.
Yes, a real job can be gruesome.
Hang tight for a minute. Have a playing issue here. Bear with me just a minute. I'm gonna get this back up to speed. There we go.
A real job can make you very tired, but a real job doesn't suck the soul out of you. You know what I mean? In the same way that 9 hours of streaming absolutely will.
Shut that shit off, please. Shut up.
Come on, just keep listening.
Oh my god.
What?
So a nurse that doesn't have a real job?
You know what? According to the sound, people took them out of context. So let's see the full video.
Okay.
No. Social battery wise, unless you're in fucking retail, it's very different. You're out of touch. I'm gonna die, dude. There's motherfuckers who are accountants in here, and they're misunderstanding what I'm saying. A real job does not expend your social battery in the same way as someone who did a sales job, a real job. Okay, I'm telling you, as someone who did both, 9 hours of constant performance and people pleasing.
When it comes to 9 hours of streaming, that's way too much. I mean, if you're gonna do 9 hours of streaming, you may as well just get a regular job. I don't see the point in doing unless you're getting a lot of donations, which eventually weeds away after a while, with the exception of some people like my cousin. Do I ever take a sleep supplement? No, I just take arginine. You don't need to mix different whiskeys, Scatman. I would just use I would just buy a pre-blended whiskey. That's gonna always be better.
You out from social scenarios. After 9 hours of that, I could probably do fucking physical labor. It would not bother me, but I can't fucking do more social shit. That's my point. There are obviously real jobs out there that are good comparisons. Service sector, people-pleasing jobs would be very similar. Those are like, I think, customer service type shit. But like if you're an accountant or if you're even like in sales, my interactions with clients was limited, way more limited than like constantly having to do this for 9 hours with like a back and forth interaction for 9 hours. That's what like sucks your social battery and you just tap out after it. Yeah, think about it this way. Like, you give presentations for your job, right? Imagine giving a presentation for 9 hours straight. It's like, after a while, you'd be like, I don't want to talk ever again.
That's the context. I don't know what jobs you worked at, but it seems like you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. And you're saying people that are not doing a people-pleasing job, sometimes the people that you have to please in your job are your bosses.
Or coworkers.
Sometimes you're doing those jobs and they are the one that are draining you. Your coworkers. Your definition of what a client is very limited.
Yeah, Jay's done those 8-hour drunk lives, but how much money did he make? You know, you shouldn't really stream. You should stream for the fun of it, really, more or less. Money will come in when it comes in.
Client can be someone from outside of your work, comes into your work, and then you have to serve them. But a client can also be other departments of your job that depend on your position. That's considered a client.
It's gonna really be hard reacting to another person reacting to another video there, but we'll still watch it anyway. So I may not say much because basically I'm reacting to another person's reaction.
And that's people pleasing. When you have to work with other departments and have to bend over backwards to just make sure no problems exist, you are people pleasing.
If every 6 months you have to have a report, and you're not dealing with people outside of your work, you're just dealing with people inside of your work. And every 6 months, your boss meets you and it's like, yeah, we're gonna see how you're doing at the job. You have to please your people, which are your bosses and whatever standards that there is in the company.
Here's the truth about our favorite champagne socialist, okay? He comes from one of the richest families in Turkey, okay? He's incredibly wealthy. He's always been from a wealthy family. And so this trust fund baby goes on to be a very successful streamer and makes it. You don't really know about this hard work life. That's why a lot of these dudes who before the people never come from backgrounds that are actually of the people. He is top 1% today, and even back then when he was part of his family, he was top 0.1% in Turkey. The truth about Hassan, him talking about work and everybody misunderstanding and they're being really stupid and low IQ when they're listening to responses, this is just a brat who's always been a bit rich brat.
By the way, folks, I have no clue who Abba and Peach is. I mean, they have 2 million subscribers, but, you know, like I said, there's millions of people on YouTube that have... I've never heard of these two. You know.
And he's talking about real jobs like he has the experience, but he doesn't. And he's not the only one, because Asmon Gold, okay, reacted to this. I actually like Asmon. I think Asmon Gold is cool, even if he looks homeless every day. He is my favorite homeless millionaire streamer. This has been my opinion observing most streamers and content creators. Most of them are completely out of touch with reality.
So people are getting mad. It's a bad take. What's it a bad take of? He says that he gets exhausted socially because he's talking to people for 9 hours a day. You really think that's not true?
That's not what he said.
I mean, you really think it's not true?
That's not the only thing that he said. He didn't say that he's drained because he's working 9 hours a day and he's talking to people for 9 hours a day. I can understand that. I can understand the fact that you're going to...
Folks, nobody talks to anyone 9 hours a day in any type of call center. At most, I may speak about maybe 5 or 4 hours. You have to understand there's things called lunch, and then there's breaks, and then there's a time between calls there, at least by like 5 minutes. So in actuality, even though I work an 8-hour job, in actuality, you know, it's really only like 4 or 5 hours of actually speaking. So don't get it twisted. Nobody speaks for an entire 9 hours here, you know. But that's why I'm saying if you're streaming for 9 hours and you're continuously talking for 9 hours, you know, that's where people get in trouble, and that's what people can't figure out, you know.
Be trained talking. He said that his job is more draining than any normal job,
excluding retail. To be fair,
and life doesn't work like that.
Nope.
If he just had said my work, what I do right now, is extremely draining.
Actually, streaming for a long time can actually be draining depending on what you're doing.
You would have just said that. I would have been like, yeah, my man.
But what did he say?
But you said,
Hey, Pug Man. Yeah, I got it picked up. I definitely appreciate it there. You know, I'm definitely going to use that thing that you sent me for one of my videos for the Home Business King, but oh yeah. I mean, if you want me to show the cup, I can do that there, Pug. The other piece, obviously, I'm not going to show the other folks, but you always take good care of me. But if you guys want to, if Pugman wants me to show the cup, I'll do that.
that your job is more draining than any normal real job. No. Fucking no, my guy. It doesn't work like that. The world doesn't work like that. Nothing works like that. But what, you're gonna include nurses? You're gonna talk to me about people in the force?
Yeah, but they're saying socially doesn't drain their batteries.
It could. You're dealing. What are you talking? I know you trolling. You just trolling.
But I think his point is that a lot of these people who work in these kinds of jobs after work, they like to go out. They like to go out, grab beers. You know what I mean?
I'll show them the mug there, Pug. You know, like I said, I don't want to show them the other piece or anything, so. But once we review this video, I'll show them I'll show you guys the mug that Pug sent me.
Accountants will do that, but
That's not everybody. That's a couple of people. And if it was so, the city would be filled with, happy hour would be every day. Happy hour is on Thursday. It would be filled with people every night. Now, some people, they go home. You know why they go home? Because after they go to work, even if they don't feel like it, they got families to attend to. And they got to do that. That is so out of touch. That is stupid take.
All right.
And him backing
let it play for a little bit, and then we'll both.
That after you spend 9 hours being investigated by thousands of people with every face.
I mean, when it comes to kids, you know, once they get a little bit older, like 12 or 13, you can make them clean the house and stuff like that for allowance money. So you can come home every day and have a nice clean house, you know, and get the laundry washed and everything. So that's what my mom used to do. I mean, my mom put me and my brother to work, you know, always had to mop the floors, you know, vacuum and everything else there, you know.
Facial movement. Everything.
You know, you may have to take care of them until they're 10, and after 10, they can become your servants. Just keeping it real and telling it to you like it is.
You say every word with people constantly trying to disagree with you and fight with you. That's not socially draining. This is totally understandable.
Do you want to know the biggest privilege these guys got?
What?
They choose to stream 9 hours.
100%.
They literally can turn it off after 4. They can turn it off after 5. But because they want to make more money, they keep streaming. And then they want to get up here and then
he's exactly right about that, you know. That's why Vegan Gains, that's why people like Demon Mama always are streaming constantly. So they can bring in more money.
complain about how hard it is. Who here gets to choose their fucking hours at work?
Not a lot of people.
The fact that you guys even have the gall to compare yourselves to regular people when your extra hours of labor are rewarded with more and more money is insane. It's like the levels of disconnect of people. Like, why should we feel any sympathy or give a shit about what your struggles is? You're literally choosing it. That's like you do it for money and then complaining it hurts.
Wow, this slap was hard. Slap softer. Don't slap yourself, dumbass.
Nobody cares. You have a job where you're extremely gifted and privileged. Nobody cares. You choose your hours. Shut the fuck about your problems. And certainly, if you're gonna talk about it, don't compare yourself to regular people.
I'm even gonna throw OnlyFans models in there, and all the ex-workers and stuff like that. Because what they have to do to make the money that shut the fuck up.
Yes.
Because I wouldn't do that.
No.
Shout outs to them.
Turn it off.
The shit that they would have to do to make that amount. Shut up.
Do you guys realize?
Oh my.
Literally,
days.
if they wanted this.
Well, that's what black people do sometimes, Scat Man. They wear certain things for no reason. I mean, he has a ring necklace here. Why doesn't he just put the ring on his finger and just keep the necklace? You know, that's just. I've seen white folks do that too, but you know, mostly that's a black thing.
This is something that you regular people can't do because you're literally going to lose your homes. You know what they need to do just to solve all their problems?
Not do it. They have to turn that shit up. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again. Do it again.
Someone actually said real job. What does that mean? A real job is a job that you have. Bullshit jobs are the ones that other people have. It's just that simple.
No. Okay, this is what I don't understand if these people ever work. What a bullshit job is a job where you are paid.
Oh, my dad is a retired truck driver. He used to drive Intercontinental, he did that for like 50 years.
To literally just exist. You're a number. Like, if you've ever worked for the government, there's a lot of bullshit jobs there. Why?
In other words, he had a man's job, in other words.
The government just got money to spend. They got to meet certain quotas. So they literally hire people. I've been told this at my job. You're there to look busy. Do you know how fucking crazy that is? That is a bullshit job. I could get my 8 hours of work done in 2 hours, but I have to not do that so I can look busy throughout, or else if I finish it too fast, I'm too productive, either they give me another bunch of bullshit work, or they'll just literally tell me you're reprimanded for not doing your job. What the fuck is that? That is what it's called, a bullshit job. Those exist. Those exist in huge numbers. And then there's real jobs. They're not the same thing.
He makes thousands of dollars a day. Him making takes trying to relate to normal working people is fucking stupid. Well, there are normal working people that also make thousands of dollars a day. So, like, I don't really understand, like, what your point is. Yeah, I mean...
Okay.
I don't know what working people you know, the normal working people that are making thousands of dollars. You guys know what thousands of dollars a day is? Let's say it's $3,000 a day. Do you know how much that is over the course?
That's probably a CEO that's making that. I mean, $1,000 a day, you know, you're looking at about $360,000 easy, you know. So that would be a CEO, or even probably like an engineer at like Facebook or something, or Tesla actually. They get paid a lot.
Course of a whole month?
That's a lot.
That's $90,000 a month.
Nobody.
You think there's people out here
Nobody does that.
making anywhere from 60 to 70, making close to $1 million a year?
Nobody does that.
That's not normal people. No, they're not.
CEOs from companies sometimes don't even do that. Stop.
This is the problem, okay? And this is what streamers and content creators, okay? Your job, okay? Is it difficult? Maybe, yes. Nobody cares. Shut the fuck up about it. You wanna know why? Because you're well compensated. Extremely well compensated.
That's awful sweet of you, Constantine.
For the level of difficulty of your job. And this is how most people internalize this, and whether or not they want to hear about your suffering. How difficult is your job? How well do you get compensated for it? If your job is extremely difficult and hard to manage, but you get paid peanuts, complain as you want. I will never get mad at a garbage man for whining about their job. Wanna know why? Because they get peanuts to go pick up your fucking trash. Go ahead.
That's not true at all. Garbage men get paid a lot of money. There are some garbage men that are making almost $100,000 a year. Just depends on where it is, but being a garbage man, that actually pays good money.
Your guys' difficulty level may be at a 4 or 5, but you get compensated so goddamn well, nobody trying to hear that shit. Whenever people come to me like, man, isn't YouTube shit hard? I'm like, yeah, I guess, but
It is, but
I get paid so well, I'm gonna shut the fuck up about it. That's what it is. Because I'm not gonna go back to my old job. Wanna know why? Because I used to get paid shit to do extremely hard work there. That's most people's reality. Most people are not being compensated half as well as the difficulty of their job. So they don't want to hear you bitch and moan about the fact that it's so socially draining. Like they don't gotta deal with the same shit for 1/100th of your paycheck. You're asking for sympathy whilst also belittling their experience, talking about how much harder you have it. Bro, you're not gonna get nobody's sympathy. And if you don't understand that, that's because you're fucking out of touch. Nobody's trying to hear that shit. And I know Asmongold knows this, because a while back, he was telling game developers, I don't give a how hard your shit is, nobody's trying to hear it, make the fucking games.
Xavier's tweet was well-intentioned, and he went on to add a lot of
He made a lot of very good points.
but I think it misses the perspective of the consumer.
But yeah, it does. And this is the thing, is developers need to stop. Like, nobody gives a fuck about, it's so hard. Get the f-
A lot of cursing in this video.
Shut the fuck up, pussy. Stop crying. Either do it or you don't. Holy f- Just that nobody cares about, it's so hard. Oh, well, this is, bro, you're talking to people that work in construction and you're gonna say that it's hard? Your job could be more demanding than that. I don't know. But guess what? To them, it's not.
But now when it's you guys, like, we want, and you expect sympathy for what reason? Guys, you get paid millions of dollars. Half of the time you guys sit there on the screens shutting the fuck up while something else plays, okay? You're just reacting. Or sometimes you play the fucking video and you leave your screen for 30 minutes. You eat on the job. Like, don't pretend like this shit is crazy. Is it socially draining? Sure, I could see that. Don't act like your job is special in comparison to others. It's not. It's not. Being in the military, socially draining. Working sales, socially draining. Even when I didn't have to work, when I was doing remote work and it was just me, myself, with my coworkers, it was socially draining to have to fucking sit in Zoom calls and listen to people babble about some dumb shit. Or sitting there looking at a fucking spreadsheet and then having to type shit out and my brain just wants to melt. You think after that I want to go talk to...
You know, the other day I actually had to create a PowerPoint presentation. That does get physically draining, and looking, and you guys know, I mean, I'm pretty used to doing spreadsheets at this point in time. I mean, I can do spreadsheets while I'm jerking my cock off, you know, and stuff. So yeah, it can get kind of dull.
To a bunch of people.
Is a YouTube game hard? I don't know. What you do for your living? I'm a pastry chef. What time did you get?
And you know, honestly, I've only been there for like 3 weeks, and I'm already putting together PowerPoint presentations. You know, I didn't expect that, you know, but hey, here we are.
Up in the morning. Every morning I wake up at 5 in the morning. I gotta be the pastry, but that's the words of my boss. My boss has to be be there at 3 to get the orders in and this and that and that and everything and stuff. And how much is that? Oh, that's 12 hours. My job is good. My job is good. The fuck you mean? I get to talk to people and I make so much money, more money than I haven't done in my life. But it's so hard because of the comments and everything and stuff. And I get to take breaks whenever the fuck. You see how it sounds? All the people that are like, sound you're dumb. You're talking to people that cannot that they're not even understanding, and they never had to understand what you're doing, what you're living. And as a matter of fact, I'm glad that all this happened, all this in my life happened, the YouTube game and the comedy and this and that and whatever happened now. So even though I am here where I'm at right now, doing what I do, I can still connect with you because I got the experience of having to do that and having the bullshit jobs. And I've been doing jobs sometimes that they come to me, some coworkers come to me and be like, yo, you need to slack because you're making us look bad.
Listen. Nobody wants to hear about problems.
No, nobody gives a fuck.
Okay? Your problems are of your own choice. And literally it's because you're greedy. Because you're greedy. That's it. Just turn it off. This is so stressful, bro.
Can I try?
Go ahead. Look how hard this is.
Is it the button on top?
Yeah. Turn it off.
On and off?
We're about to live a good life.
The red one?
Yeah, I'm about to go make love to my wives. Oh my God, working out is so hard. I work out 7 hours. Stop working out that much. Go home, drink water, sleep, fuck, anything else. Just stop. Okay, all right. All right, that's it for today's video. By the way, we got our second channel, Abba Preaching the Floor, where we like to enjoy ourselves. Do all the funny stuff, Jubilee cut videos, you can get them there. We got Discord, check that out too. All right?
You know, I could see why they're popular. They're sort of like Leroy and Skillet, you know.
Welcome to the
back
Heavy
from,
Spoiler Show. I'm your host, Paul.
y'all guys ever watched Sanford and Son? Those two are sort of like Leroy and Skillet. Interesting video. I mean, the thing about it is your job, you know. I can't side with either or. It depends on what type of streaming that you're doing. I mean, Grant Cardone, he streams for hours, but he's talking real estate, you know. That's a lot of work, so it really depends on what you're streaming particularly, you know. It really does. So I don't think, you can't really make an argument as far as to what's harder, you know, whether it's streaming, because streaming is a job still, you know, and it can be a lot tougher than other jobs, so but other than that, well, pretty decent video there. So let's go ahead and continue with the music. Be sure to get your questions in. And be sure to smash the like button. Be sure to thank Pugman. Thank everybody else for supporting the channel here. And if you want to know why I'm wearing this robe, by the way, I can't find my other robe. I've not had time to dig it up. I think I accidentally put it in the wash. I don't need to wash that robe particularly. Usually I just hand wash it, but I don't need to throw it in an actual washing machine. And you don't want to throw silk in there anyway. So hopefully it ain't messed up when it comes back out. But I mean, if you guys want to know what my task is, you know, I work 8 hours, I come home. My businesses are mostly still AI ran nowadays. But I spend about 2 hours going on the phone, answering caller questions, processing orders and stuff. Which I have a couple of to do tonight, so. That's right, full as fuck there, Lamar. And then, of course, I still stream, but You know, obviously I'm not streaming as much as I used to, but a lot of my streams were kind of redundant to where all I was doing is reviewing videos. And then I just miss doing the old classic, you know, live streams where I'm answering questions and doing some light review of videos, you know. I think it's a good balance now. I'm not dating anyone right now, Athens. You so full? I mean, that sounded like you. Guess you ate a lot of food, man. But you a big guy, Lamar. You gonna be all right. It's always nice to have a Perdomo fresco at the end of the day. Now, last night, folks, I went to Nosedive there. Oh, I almost forgot. I forgot to show the cup that Pugman sent me. Hold on just a minute. I'll be right back. No. All right. Oh, boy. I ain't even bother turning off the mic. So this here is the Tesla cup. Let me see if I can get that logo right there. This is the Cyber mug. I was actually going to buy the... you know, there was a tray and two of these mugs together. I was going to actually buy that. But Pug took good care of me, so... I'm not going to actually use this to really drink out of it because I don't want to put it in the dishwasher or anything. So I'll figure out what to do with that. I'll keep it as a centerpiece or so. I heard that, Lamar. Do your thing. Will Trump be next president? I don't know. I really don't know at this point. I don't want Biden being president. Well, you can come there with casual clothes, Quick Pump. Just don't come ragged, you know. Just remember this, Quick Pump. You can go whatever you want, you can dress wherever you want, but you have to understand that people that go to the Swordfish, you know, they work office jobs, they work, you know, some of them have a little cash in them there and stuff, so if you're going to talk to one of the patrons, you want to be dressed appropriately, because if you look like a bum next to someone that's well dressed, they're not going to really want to talk to you. And the opposite is true if you go to if I go to a dive bar or something like that, Quick Pump, I'm not going to be wearing a three-piece suit. You know what I mean? You have to dress appropriately for the location you're going to. You know, you don't wear a three-piece suit to go watch a football game, neither. I have no clue who Century Sam is. Let me look this person up. Is he a YouTuber or something, or a porn star? All I see about Century Sam is it's some sort of lake. You'll have to give me a little bit more context as far as to who this person is. Gas station cigars? Most gas station cigars you should avoid. Some gas stations have actual humidors and stuff in the gas stations, but that's far and few in between. But I wouldn't smoke a gas station cigar. Because most gas station cigars are going to have a lot of chemicals in it, much like cigarettes. Ski mask is overdoing it when you go to a bike gang. When invited to a gangbang. Oh, gangbang. I don't know, you can wear a ski mask to a gangbang, I suppose. I mean, if you're going to a gay gangbang, I guess you can be the neighborhood turd burglar or something. Oh. I'm gonna get in trouble for that comment, but hey, I'm a comedian, and I may be gay, but, you know, a joke is a joke, folks. Like I said, folks, don't take life seriously, don't take my joke seriously. Ah, good cigar. This is the perfect way to relax after a long day's work. It really is. Of course, tomorrow we're going to hit the gym, get a good workout. I've been working out a lot more at the gym. Because I mean, I just got to drive a couple of miles. I didn't go today because I had a lot of packages to pick up, and then I had to head home and stuff. So whenever I can't get to the gym, I'm doing the same thing as before and just working out at home. And that works for me. That's why you have home gym equipment for. And home gym equipment doesn't have to be much. It can be something as simple as a pull-up bar and some push-up stuff. You don't even need equipment. You can do push-ups and sit-ups. I've only done 2 threesomes before.
Watch this 4K vid of the fight.
Lamar with a $3 donation. Let's see here. The 4K view of the fight. Okay. What we got here? Almost forgot to turn off the music. That's actually a much better view of the fight. we can bump up the quality. Of course, I don't want to crash the stream because remember, Lamar, I'm doing a cellular internet. That's why I keep it at 480. But now I got it at 720. Yeah, I agree. It's a much better angle. It's pretty clear that Lamar and the other guy actually has some good boxing skills. I had to, I mean, my work meals are just a sandwich. I made a chicken burrito at home with some fat and sugar-free barbecue sauce. But I just have a tiny little sandwich. I had coffee and I had 2 of my protein bars. I try to eat light during the day. But still get my calories in, and then that way I don't fall asleep on the phone or anything, or fall asleep working. I will say I eat a lot better than I did at Verizon because I was eating out with a bunch of friends and stuff. Because I was eating out with a lot of friends, that's a lot of calories, so. Not doing that, fortunately. But that's actually my meal every day, 5 days a week. And at home, I just eat still no carbs after, really no carbs after 6. Yes, heavy meals make people sleepy. You hear what she said? Let's go get that shit. See, folks, that is a real street fight right there. Now, they got gloves and safety equipment on, which is good. That's the reason why I'm able to actually play this video without YouTube getting on my case about it. Because it's clear that it's for competition. It's not an actual, you know, 2 people fighting over a piece of chicken or something.
Ready?
Oh, the quality can be much better, Lamar, but I can't stream a 4K video. It would way too much bandwidth. That's even on a cable modem. I heard about the wellness division. Expect it to be more commonplace because that's going to become pretty popular. I'll just tell you that right now. And even though Mannion has said he's not going to really have it, he'll have it. If someone's paying for those NPC and IFBB cards, he'll have it. At the end of the day, money talks and bullshit walks on stage, posing. Well, it's a need to make money. That's what it is. Well, you don't want to work on an empty stomach because then if you're hungry, you can't concentrate on your work. And you don't have the energy to get through the day. But I rely on some good protein bars because you don't have to mix them with water. I can eat them at my desk and then I'm back ready to work.
Hey, fuck it, we gonna call it 2. Fuck it. So fuck, we gonna call it 2. 2 minutes? Last one. Last round, 1 minute. Alright.
Hey, Ninja, what's up?
Oops.
We just chilling out tonight on Earl Grey Tuesday.
Oops.
So glad you can join us.
No, we're gonna do it for 1 minute.
Yeah, last
Yeah.
one.
You both win it, fuck it.
A 1,000 calories is pretty low. It would be considered for very... If you're sitting around all day, I guess 1,000 calories would be good. But if you're exercising, not so good. But I take most of my calories after I work out. But right now, my stomach's hurting a little bit because I hit the abs pretty hard the other day.
I didn't think you was gonna keep progressing that much.
I'm coming every time.
That's what you're supposed to do because you're bigger, right? I thought you'd be more timid. So I could've set the pace like I wanted you to just kept doing shit.
I know, I saw you over there.
How can you eliminate alcohol odor? Breath mints. Now, if you spill something on yourself or so, that's a little bit harder. You may want to spray cologne on, although that has mixed results. But the best way, Constantine, would be just not spilling any alcohol on you. If you don't spill alcohol, all you need is a breath mint. right, folks, that's the end of the cigar. Remember, twist, not jab. Of course, I'm going to get one more draw.
Oh, yeah. If you saw me too, you would stay up on me. That's the problem. If I get too close to you, I can push you off. I know. You got a vice grip. You grab me, you go to play the ball. If I need the arm, I'll just let you go.
I ain't grabbing you a couple times. Because I tell you, all right, you can't grab me over you, but I can't even escape. You got your arm wrapped around like that.
I'll let you go over here.
Shit.
All right, back to shit. All right, turn smoke.
Funny as hell. But it's better than I expected.
All right, guys. Appreciate y'all being out here.
Oh, bro.
Thanks for being here. Like I said, players a lot better than y'all be thinking. Y'all thought you should have said.
Oh, yeah, right. You feel me? Gotta think about it. I'm 150. Bro.
You go out my ass up.
Yeah, way better than I thought, man. I thought he was gonna be cannon fodder, honestly.
I'm sure there is, but you have to remember, I've only been there a couple of weeks. I've only been there a couple of weeks there, so I'm sure they're roaming around. But my focus right now is actually doing the job. I'm not. One thing I don't try to go find is try to find how many gay people are in the building. I just don't really have time for that. You just run into them eventually. I always do. That's how it works. Oh boy. Well, not really by mannerisms, Pugman. There's a lot of straight acting people, now, some people, you can obviously tell they're gay. I mean, I can look at someone and I can tell that they're probably gay. It's that gaydar type thing. But you can never be 100% sure. Sometimes I am, well, I take that back. I can always be 100% sure, sort of, on certain occasions. Other people just surprise me. All right, Lamar, we look forward to it. We'll play it on the midnight run, That was a good street fight. People like that. That's going to do good things for you, man. It already is, in fact. What's the best way to identify a trans woman? Well, let's put it this way. I can't actually show the video, but, well, we got that. That's one way you can identify it, but You have to remember, folks, one thing and one thing or another. Sometimes whoops, that is the video. Sometimes it is possible that if you do the wrong check, you can really screw up. But I'm curious as to why you're asking. Are you trying to look for a trans woman or something? I mean, you'd have to go on Grindr or Tinder or so forth. But again, folks, you should look for personalities and stuff. Now, if you're straight, you obviously should look for a woman, of course, you know. Now, some guys think that they're still straight because they're dating a trans woman or so forth. But you have to remember that once the clothes come off, you know, you got pussy and then you got, well, as Dave Chappelle says, you got impossible pussy. At that point in time, once you decide to have relations, you know, that sort of goes out of the door. Just keeping it real and telling it to you like it is. You're hearing this from a gay person, too. I mean, let's be straight, folks. Or, in this case, let's be both. If you're dating a trans woman and or so forth, and you know that person's a trans woman, you can't really call yourself straight anymore. But date who you want to date, you know. I've dated plenty of trans women, Constantine. I've dated a number of drag queens, too. I mean, at the end of the day, they take their makeup off there, Constantine. But most of the trans women I've dated were drag queen performers, actually. So I mean, I've dated women. I've even dated dated two trans mans before too, as well. Honestly, I've still dated a lot more women than guys or trans or so forth. So, because I went out with a lot of girls here, a lot of girls. And part of the reason being is, you know, I already knew I was gay, but I figured if I pounded enough pussy that, you know, it would go away, and I was wrong! Wrong! Constantine, that's a... Biologically, they're still going to be women, you know. I guess I would be considered bisexual, but you got to understand this, Constantine. If you're going out with other gay men, they absolutely hate it when you tell people that you're bisexual. You know what I'm saying? The key to it there, Constantine, is you gotta know your audience and know who you're dating. If you want to go out with someone that's a trans woman, the last thing you want to do is misuse their pronoun. That's a time when you want to really find out what their actual pronoun is. That's if you're wanting to date a trans woman, trans man, or so forth, because that's part of being polite. Even if you're not dating them, you should be polite anyway, you know. That's just me. You do whatever you want to do. You do you, I'm going to do me. I was dating men for the most part. Constantine. I pretty much I didn't actually consummate any gay relationship until I was like 20 years old or so. Even at 20, I was still dating women as well. So, yeah. Watching Jimmy Garvin? No, Jimmy Garvin is straight as nails. I mean, look at Precious. Oh gosh, I would have fucked Precious. Jimmy Garvin had one hot piece of ass there, and they've been married for like what 30 or 40 years at least. Oh God, who didn't love Precious back then? Precious is one good-looking woman there, that's for sure. Woo! I'd still fuck her. She may be 6 or 7 years old. I'd tear it up still. Yes, sir. He referred to himself as the Rayman of Caligula. I spoke with Genoa the other day, wished him a happy birthday, and saw how he's doing. He's doing pretty good, actually. No, Jimmy was straight as nails. He never had any ding-a-ling or anything. You have to understand, in the wrestling business, it's like and the thing about it is, in the wrestling business, you got to have a certain look. It's like Gorgeous George. He was also straight as nails too, you know. You have to understand, it's sports entertainment. They're performers. Jimmy Garvin dressed that way because he was performing. You know, he was a heel. Nothing more, you know. I mean, look at Patrick Swayze. He was in Tu Wan Fu with Wesley Snipes. And Patrick Swayze, folks, is probably the most alpha person that's ever, one of the most alpha people that have ever lived. And he did drag. I mean, that's the thing. It's a performance. It's a movie. It's not reality, you know? And Patrick Swayze pulled it off decently well. I mean, but with a movie, you know, you can, they're going to have the best people to dress you up there. Fuck Billy Jack Hayes. He went and murdered it. He killed his wife recently. Very sad. I got nothing to say about that man. He was a respectful wrestler. He had a really respectful career, but he wasn't a major wrestler or anything. Yeah, it's quite terrible. But, you know, we don't also know the situation or so forth. Even then, it's like the Chris Benoit situation. He could have done something else. He didn't need to go about and do something like that. He really didn't. It looks like Marco's actually debating Joe Peach Graves at around 9:15. Of course, I'm doing my live stream, so I'll check this out at around 10 o'clock or so. But that should be pretty good. Let's see what else is going on. And Big Lenny just finished his stream. Greg Doucette looks like he's talking shit about Brian Shaw. That's lovely. Oh, Greg's out of the hospital, I think. So he's probably still getting treatments and stuff. Did I ever meet Billy Blanks? No, I've never met him.
Of it.
People's minds.
Let's see here. Let's see what Veganism Exposed has. Yeah, I'm gonna have to have a word with my cousin. He needs to quit bringing up underage girls. I don't think he's a pedo per se from what he says, but you have to understand the perception of things. He just doesn't know how to make an argument for whatever he's talking about. And it gets to the point to where it's confused with him actually wanting to screw underage girls. And you got to be really careful about that, especially on YouTube, because you can't get community strikes for even making a suggestion of that type of sort, you know. And Lord knows 7 days without YouTube, no donations and stuff, my cousin would be bouncing off the walls. That's going to be a pretty good live stream debate there. Joe Peach Graves. I know a little bit about him. The iBoomerang business is kind of odd. I've heard of it. It's sort of like some sort of giveaway for cash or something, or gifts. But I guess I'll learn exactly what it is once I tune in. Of course, if Lamar's streaming after 10 o'clock, I'm going to tune in to him first before Marco. Either that or I can actually just stream both at once. Nothing wrong with streaming 2 shows at one time. I don't know why this person's calling me. Mobile deposit. But folks, get your questions in. We got 45 minutes left. Be sure to smash the like button. If you wish to put a donation, you can in. But be sure to thank Pugman and everybody else who has contributed to the Vince Goodrum channel. Couldn't do it without you folks. Believe me. Because streaming is very expensive for me. Now, that's not a nice thing to do. Folks, do you think that's a black baby or so? I mean, it's got... I don't know. Could be. See what else is going on in the world of things. Oh boy. Let's see what's on my agenda for tomorrow. Not much. I know I gotta do some updates and stuff. Yeah, a little quiet in the chat, folks. Are y'all distracted or something? You got the great one up here on the mic. Done finished my cigar. Watched a couple videos. Hey, we're here to have fun, folks. Hey, Lamar, if you're still there, you gonna be streaming tonight? Missy Hyatt. Missy Hyatt took advantage, from what I understand, she took advantage of a couple of people, of other women wrestlers. She had some sort of sex picture line or something like that, from what I understood. I don't know exactly what it was, but a lot of women are pissed at her. But I did like Missy Hyatt whenever she was in ECW. She wasn't in ECW for too long, but she really did some stuff. But, you know, the good thing about it is that she didn't go kill someone. She wasn't doing DUIs and everything. Are you, Quick Pump, are you asking Lamar? I think Lamar took boxing lessons. I never taken boxing lessons. I took a few kickboxing lessons, but that was only like 2 or 3 of them. If you're streaming tonight, I'll try. I know I'm gonna have to go to bed early, Lamar. But I'll stay up there since you're going to be streaming for a little bit. Hey, you guys, speaking of Missy Hyatt, do you guys remember Dark Journey? She was pretty awesome, too. Let me find a picture of her. This right here is, that's Dark Journey. That right there is the missing link. Dewey. He passed away some time ago, about 10 or 15 years ago, I'm not sure. Dark Journey, I mean, she was pretty hot too. But now she's like a naturopath or so. She pretty much owns a chain of health food stores and stuff. Yeah, she does new age healing and shit. Oh, that's, sorry about that. That's Marco's live stream starting, or at least the music is playing. He's always late with shit anyway. But I think that's a good, I mean, that's a good thing. She didn't have much of a career in wrestling, but then again, her focus really wasn't on it there, KCB. It was just something really to pay the bills. That's the way it is sometimes. But she certainly worked the wrestling scene for quite some time. But again, it beats DUIs and getting arrested. I feel sorry for Sunny. She's going to be in prison for the rest of her life. Literally. That's right. Smack that chat, smack that like button. What's going on with you, Maroon? Oh. Yeah, she is a sociopath. She's going to be in prison for the rest of her life. 17 years. I mean, she'll be almost 70 years old when she gets out. But chances are they may actually let her out a little earlier, so she might have a little life left, but she's gone. I vaguely remember Miss Texas. There's been so many female valets. And that's what we're talking about, not wrestlers, but more or less valets instead. Oh, baby doll. I was friends with her on Facebook, but She just started talking all this crazy stuff, this QAnon. The QAnon stuff is one thing, but then she started with all this racist stuff there. So I just cut her off, you know. She actually works at a Walmart nowadays. But Baby Doll was still a perfect 10. I would have fucked her back then too. Everybody wanted to fuck Baby Doll. But believe me, she's not looking too hot these days. So I had to cut her off, you know. You know, because I don't want that stuff messing up my feeds or anything like that, you know. I really don't. But this is her, if you guys want to keep in contact with Baby Doll, this is her page, actually. Her real name is Nicola Roberts. Yes, she was once married to Sam Houston. Baby Doll would have had a much better career if she never met Sam Houston. Sam Houston was quite messed up. Did Ric Flair ever sleep with Baby Doll? Who knows? I really don't know. If I had to say, probably not. Now, here's the thing about Baby Doll, Quick Pump. I would never want to get into a fight with her, literally. From what I understand, she beat a lot of dudes' asses, literally. Tully Blanchard once spoke about her, and, you know, he said that if he had ever slapped her in real life besides that other slap, he would have been put in the ground by Baby Doll. From what I understand, she could fight like Haku. Tom Zink, he let that title get to his head. That and all the steroids he was taking and stuff. I mean, he was juicing like a gorilla. That's why he's no longer with us. Steroids. I mean, this is a guy that really abused steroids, drugs, and everything else. Yeah, she's 6'1" before she puts on the heels. But yeah, she's taller than me. But she comes from one of those wrestling type families to where, you know, they just, whether it's a man or woman in that family, they beat people's asses. So I still wouldn't pick a fight with her. No way. But she was indeed the perfect 10, that's for sure. In case you guys don't know who Baby Doll is, let me show you a picture of her. I showed you guys the that right there is quintessential Baby Doll. Whoops. That's what you call an iconic picture. That's Baby Doll with she was mostly the valet for Tully Blanchard. Tully Blanchard is one of the coolest motherfucking wrestlers out there, you know, that ever was. You ever talk about coolness? Tully Blanchard. Yeah, she was until Gino Hernandez suspiciously bit the big one. But for the most part, she was Tully Blanchard's valet. I mean, when you think Baby Doll, you got to think Tully Blanchard. And then, of course, that infamous slap. Now, when I saw that as a kid on TV, I got really scared. You know what I mean? I really did. I was like, I can't believe he just went and just smacked her, you know? I mean, that was a pimp hand that he gave her. Yeah, Tully's shorter than I am. But not Baby Doll. She's much taller than I am. She's got about 2 inches on me.
If Vegan Gains is CEO of his live stream and his donators are shareholders, does he care for his shareholders or screw them over? Lol. No hate against Vegan Gains, just an honest question.
Maroon Blue with a $3 donation. Oh, I get it that it's an honest question. Here's the thing. Vegan Gains is the donators are the master, and Vegan Gains is their slave. I mean, they donate to him to do stupid things, or to make fun of him, or to ridicule him. And if you look at all his live streams, every single night he has to put up with so much abuse. You know, it's not even worth getting that kind of money if you got to go and, shake your ass and stuff like that, to dirty songs and everything. But I mean, half of his donators, Maroon Blue, I mean, they're literally making fun of him and his wife, That is a hard way to earn money. Very hard. I couldn't put up with that shit, that's for sure. But again, thanks for the donation. I never saw Grizzly Smith before. But of course I saw Sam Houston, so... But no, Grizzly... He was a little bit before my time, for the most part. I mean, we're talking about someone, he stopped wrestling in... He debuted in 58. I don't think he was wrestling... He wasn't wrestling at the time when I was watching wrestling. He could have been, but it must have been so early on that I don't even remember him. But no, I never saw him. But you got to also understand that he wasn't really working in the NWA. He was working in other territories and stuff. So it would be very rare that I would actually see him on TV unless I lived in Texas. Yeah, I know, KCB. He's selling every part of the pig and lambs, that's for sure, But you know what? If people are buying it, well, you can't blame him. He wouldn't sell it, KCB, if people didn't buy it or want it. I don't know what the hell I would do with a lamb stomach, to be honest with you. Yeah, exactly, KCB. I mean, I'm not going to knock him. He was a very famous wrestler, but he was a regional wrestler. And this was at the time to where there was a lot of territories around. It's now pretty much folded up into, the WWE. You got WWE, you got AEW, and you got Impact Wrestling, which Impact Wrestling is technically somewhat part of, all of that TKO sports type thing. Because if you saw the Royal Rumble, you notice that they brought in some Impact wrestlers. And they did that years ago, too. But yeah, Grizzly Smith was one of those territorial persons, so you wouldn't have saw him on TV unless you were in Texas. Either that or if he was visiting or something like that, Ole Anderson, that racist piece of garbage. I mean, I'm real sorry that he passed away. I don't wish death upon him, but he was that was one of the most racist freaking wrestlers ever. The only person I can think of that was more racist. I mean, I hear people joking about black folks. Even Ric Flair has told some jokes about blacks back in the day, but I mean, this guy truly didn't like black people. In fact, he didn't really like much anything else. If you guys want to know why he wasn't inducted in the WWE Hall of Fame, it was just because you remember when the Four Horsemen got inducted? You notice how they put Barry Windham's there instead of Ole Anderson? And everybody knows Ole Anderson should have been in that Hall of Fame. And the reason he wasn't is because everyone hated him. They knew his personality and stuff. We're talking about one real racist piece of garbage, But, I hope he rests in peace. I'm not going to give any moment of silence, by the way, for Ole Anderson. He was just a sourly type person. Just because you know the business doesn't mean anything, I mean, he wrote a book and I did happen to read a couple of pages of Ole Anderson's book, Inside Out. And the problem is that the book was pretty much outdated when it was published. He's up there talking about K-Fabs and all this other stuff. And people, and he wrote the book at a time to where people already knew that wrestling was just sports entertainment. It was, you can't pull with the K-Fab no more. People have been in on it for quite some time, Yeah, exactly, KCB. It's what drove Barrett to it, and stuff. So, yeah, definitely no moment of silence for him. I'll be right back, folks. But yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be like Vegan Gaines and say that I'm glad he's dead. I mean, I wish the best for him, and I wish for the best for Ole Anderson's family, but, you have to understand one thing. When you have a personality like that, and when you're disagreeable, and you say some horrible things, and you treat people bad, I mean, what do you expect, And you guys have noticed that no one's ever talked about him until he recently passed away. But hey, at least he had a pretty long life. I think he was like, how old? He was probably like 79 or so. He was 81, actually. I think it's actually in TMZ as well. So at least TMZ remembers him. I mean, hey, if you get into TMZ, it can't be that bad. Let me see. Can I pull out my tallywhacker? I can, but I won't. Yeah, there's the article right there. Ole Anderson. I mean, let it be known he was a great performer and everything, you know. But being a great performer doesn't make you a great person. So it looks like Marco's already started his debate.
Disagree with the disclosure or the disclaimer is this. It says, I, Boomerang, cannot and will not make any guarantees about your ability to get results or earn any money with our program. First, I think that is true only so far as that it's...
We'll watch that later, or at least I will. I think for you guys it would be a little boring if you're not into business or MLM or so forth. But I do got to thank Marco. I mean, he helped build my, or get a good start to my business channel. My biggest knock on Frank's meat business is that every cut of beat is really cut. I mean, some people, KCB, the thing about it is he's been in business for years. So obviously he's catering to a specific clientele of customers that want the stuff that Frank is selling. And that's important in business here. There are some products that I don't really want to sell on my grocery store, like vegan products. But, you know, people want that stuff, you know, so I sell it, you know. You got to sell what people want, not what you want, you know. That's the way business is sometimes, KCB. Yeah, Ole also worked a lot with Thunderbolt Patterson. You know, they seem to have gotten along, but, you know, I don't know how, but, you know, but both of them did. Well, KCB, I don't really watch too many of Frank Tufano's videos at all. I have him on the subscribe list, but that's only for the purpose of reviewing his videos, for making my own videos, or reviewing them on the Midnight Run or my other live streams. But that's about it. Our future generation's hopeless? No, it ain't. This generation's smarter than my generation because you guys grew up during the computer age. You were born with a fucking computer in your hand. I had to learn how to type on a fucking typewriter. Your generation is smarter, but it's more whinier. The new generation may be smarter, but just because you're smarter doesn't mean anything, you know. That's the difference between knowledge and wisdom, you know. They may have the knowledge, but not the wisdom. Can you convert a bottom to a top? Yes, but neither one can like it. Although, I'm going to be honest with you, Quick Pump. The There's a reason why there is a bottom, because they're probably not good as a top. Just saying they're quick pump. Yeah. Oh boy. Me personally, I like pounding. I'm like Carolina Panthers, keep pounding it. Damn right I'm a top. Is there a top and bottom like in a gay centipede situation? You mean like a train or something? You know, quick pump, I don't even want to think about something like that. I really don't. I have no idea what Frank is. Has anyone ever, you know, Frank has never, I've never seen Frank with a woman before. Ever. I mean, at least my cousin has Jasmine and stuff like that, which, I mean, I've seen her OnlyFans pics. She is biologically a woman, and, you know, my cousin is getting some pussy and everything like that, but I've never seen Frank with a woman. Alex, he put a dildo up his ass, you know, and he said he enjoyed it, so, I mean, you know, these are not my words, these are his words, you know. He said he enjoyed massaging his prostate, which pretty much is why a bottom is a bottom there, you know, Alex. They enjoy getting their prostate massaged. Richard caught him. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, we heard about that. I mean, I'm talking about an actual woman that wasn't wasn't hired or anything. It does, doesn't it, KCB? Well, his headshots are a lot worse. Especially with that botched eye surgery. Now he's all cross-eyed and shit. What a shame. $30,000 down the drain. That's why it's important, folks. Just be yourself. You don't need no cosmetic surgery. You don't need no hair transplants or anything. It's just a waste of money, folks. Be happy as God intended. God intended me To be bald, I'm gonna stay bald, you know? That's all there is to it. I'm not gonna blow $10,000 just to get a hair transplant. Screw that. 60,000? Oh, that's even worse. He gave $30 to charity. I donate a lot more money than $30 to charity. That's ridiculous. Well, I do Q&A Donald Trump on every single live stream. I do a Q&A. At this point in time, I'm doing 2 hours on Tuesday, 3 hours on Friday with 2 hours of React videos, and then of course we got Soul Poll Saturday, and I've got my Soul Poll in while I was at it, to where I do 1 hour. So I mean, I've went back to the original format for the most part and just doing Q&As. Because really that's what people like, you know. I mean, they also somewhat like the reaction videos, but, you know, it got to the point to where, I was doing way too much live streaming for what it was worth. And that's why I have so many shorts that are built up, YouTube shorts. Just simply due to all the live streams I did. Is it true the Salvation Army can do much the homeless and needy? I don't understand your question there, Donald Trump. I don't even understand your question at all. All right, folks, we got 5 minutes left. Get your questions in. You want to put a donation in, you can, but be sure to smash the like button. Be sure to thank Pugman. Thank everybody else that has contributed to this site as well. Yeah, well, I would put Wes Watson 1, Sean G 2. I'm not too annoyed with Troy Archer. That's a hard 3, actually. The Salvation Army does help the homeless and needy. They've been doing that for many years. Hey, Alex, black people do eat at Taco Bell. Did you know that I actually worked at Taco Bell during high school? I worked for Taco Bell for like 4 years. I mean, I worked there for 4 years. I mean, do I have to show you guys this? I worked there for 5 years, see? Look. Taco Bell, 1992 to 1995. See? Taco Bell. Actually, that should say 1991, but who cares? Oh, yeah, the guy I worked with, Forrest. Oh, man. That dude was a certified asshole. Never yell at him in a drive-thru. He will literally pee in your taco. He's probably dead from a drug overdose or something. That would be my best guess. I'm glad you remembered that, Pug Man. I don't think about. I mean, he's one of the few people that I'm really glad I don't work around anymore. Now the meat is even. No, they're using that texturized beef nowadays, Alex. It's really soy filler, in order to save money. That's why I don't really eat at fast food no more, Alex, because they're using those fillers and stuff. McDonald's, all of these places are. If it doesn't say 100% beef, then chances are it ain't 100% beef, literally. Jim Cornette's crazy. He would have busted Forrest with that tennis racket. And don't forget, Quick Pump, when Cornette was in that van, he also had some of the biggest, meanest, nastiest dudes. He had Jericho. I can't remember who he had in there. I mean, if Cornette got his food peed in, that means you got to deal with every single last one of those wrestlers. So no, Forrest probably wouldn't have peed in his food. If he did pee in his food and they started coming, guess what? I'm ducking behind the counter and just pointing to him. I'm not going to screw with that whole situation. I think all of the fast food restaurants went down, but you also have to remember is also the quality of the worker, and stuff. I mean, they'll literally hire anyone off the street these days. Because they can't find anyone that's going to, they pay, a lot of these fast food companies, they pay so low, you're not going to get a quality worker, but that's not going to really matter because they now got automated machines, touchscreen ordering menus, so you're no longer going to need a cashier. And soon you're going to no longer even need a person that actually cooks the food. Oh yeah, I've had Firehouse subs. They're pretty good. But you know what, folks? It is now 10 o'clock p.m. And that is the end of Earl Grey Tuesday. I want to thank Maroon Blue, Lamar, Young Nigga for donating. I want to thank everybody for joining me. And remember, folks, you guys enjoy the rest of your week. I know it's going to be a hard week. You got to work. You got to slave away at whatever you're doing. But just remember, one thing that you can look forward to, that would be the midnight run on Friday at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, folks, I will catch you all later. And as always, peace and soul.